two powerful email marketing platforms, but only one can take the crown. Which one truly meets your needs? On one side, Moosend, known for its flexibility and automation. And right across, MailerLite, famed for simplicity and value. Let's forget the marketing jargon and focus on real-world performance. Points are awarded in each category. So by the end, you'll know exactly who deserves your business, and the outcome just might surprise you. All right, let's get a look at our game plan. Here are the categories we're stacking up today: price, automation and features, user experience, analytics and reporting, e-commerce integration, and finally support and availability. Lots to cover, so grab a drink and let's jump right in. Let's kick things off with pricing. First up, Moosend. Honestly, Moosend's pricing is pretty darn competitive. It starts at just $9 a month, and what's awesome is they're super transparent. Even as your list grows, you don't get smacked with surprise fees. Oh, and if you're just starting out, there's a sweet free trial for up to 1,000 subscribers. The only thing is, some of those advanced features might feel a bit much if you just want the basics. Now, MailerLite. Its pricing feels really simple, starting at $10 for 500 contacts, which is easier to wrap your head around. There's even a forever free plan, which is always nice. But here's the catch. As your audience grows, MailerLite can sneak up in price, and depending on what you need, you might run into some little add-on costs down the road. So who's winning here? Gotta give it to Moosend, especially for affordability as you scale. All right, up next, automation and features. Moosend is kinda wild here. You get a super powerful workflow builder, killer segmentation, dynamic content, the works. They even throw in some AI features to help create content, which honestly is just cool. E-commerce? Way more options and depth. But I'll admit, all those bells and whistles come with a steeper learning curve. Switching over to MailerLite, you get solid, easy automation. Great for, basic campaigns and simple A/B testing. And it integrates with loads of other tools right out of the box. But yeah, it just can't compete with Moosend when it comes to advanced automation or anything AI-driven. Winner for this round? Moosend, hands down. Now, let's talk user experience, because nobody wants to struggle with a confusing dashboard. Moosend does a good job. The dashboard's modern, setting up campaigns is actually pretty easy, and you get some nice reports. And it's a small, but as a new user, some features are just kind of buried in menus. Then there's MailerLite, and honestly, this is where it shines. The interface feels clean, really clean. You get this drag and drop editor, and usually, whatever you're looking for is just right there. A click away. The only thing I'd nitpick is if you're a power user, you might find it a little too simple and not customizable enough. So, in terms of which is actually pleasant to use every day, MailerLite takes this one. Oh, and here's something cool you might not know. Back in 2021, Moosend got picked up by Sitecore. That gave it a pretty significant boost in terms of automation skills. So if you wondered why it's stepping up its game lately, well, there's your answer. Let's move on to analytics and reporting. Moosend really goes all out here. You get real-time stats, subscriber tracking by location, and honestly, if you love digging into your data, it's robust. But I'll warn you, if you're the type who just wants a quick glance, it could feel a bit overwhelming. MailerLite is more about the basics. You see your growth, your campaign performance, super easy to read and digest. But honestly, it's just not as deep. If you want those nitty-gritty numbers or advanced breakdowns, you'll miss what Moosend offers. So for analytics junkies, Moosend just takes the cup here. Next up, let's talk e-commerce integration. Moosend really flexes here with stuff like on-site event tracking, tight integrations with all the big names, and in general, if you run an online store, you'll probably like how much control you get. The flip side is, you might spend a little longer in setup mode. MailerLite, meanwhile, gives you the basics, enough for most smaller stores, but honestly, nothing groundbreaking. When you compare, it doesn't stack up to what Moosend can do if you're serious about e-commerce. So, easy call here. Moosend's the winner for shops and stores. Last category, support and availability. With Moosend, you're getting live chat, phone, email, all for any plan. That's just reassuring, you know? Always someone to help. MailerLite is also super helpful, and you get solid support on most channels, but they're missing some of the advanced troubleshooting, especially if you hit a roadblock with something complicated. When you put them side by side, Moosend's just got a bit more coverage. Winner? Moosend again? Let's do a quick roundup with a radar chart. Moosend's crushing it in price, automation, analytics, e-commerce, and support. MailerLite stands out when it comes to user experience. So, depending on what matters most to you, this makes things a lot clearer. So, here's the bottom line. If you're all about advanced features, deep automation, and you want to really dive into e-commerce, Moosend is probably your new best friend. But if you want that smooth, super easy, no-headache experience for simple campaigns, go with MailerLite. Both are solid picks, but picking the right one mainly comes down to what your business truly needs. If you want to support our channel, feel free to use our affiliate link given in video description. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in my next video.